everyone, welcome back to Cynthia's Craft House. Today I'll be showing you how to make one of these laminate inserts for your Erin Condren Life Planner with a clear pocket on one side and plain on the other to be used as a dashboard. Now, I originally had this idea when I recently decided to laminate and coil bind my monthly on-the-go planner. For those of you that don't have one of these, it is the same material as the perpetual calendar that comes in the back of your life planner, and it has the hard paper material as its cover, and it's bound by 2 staples on the spine. So as I used it over the month, it ended up starting to fray on the corners like you can see here, and it really wasn't holding up too well as I was taking it in and out of my purse every day. So I decided I wanted to laminate both the front and the back covers, as you can see, and I decided I wanted to put a pocket in the front inside cover like this. So once I figured out how to do that, I decided to share it with you guys so you can do the same as well. So for today's project, you're going to need a heat laminator. This is the Swingline GBC Inspire laminator. We'll turn this on and let it heat up. Once it's heated, this lamp will turn green. And you'll also need a laminator pouch. This is a 3mm size. And a paper cutter like this one. A pair of scissors. A ruler. This is just the one that comes with the Life Planner. A black permanent marker, and some scrapbook paper, patterns of your choice. I've already pre-cut 2 sheets and glued them together like you can see here, so it'll have 2 separate patterns. And this is 8 inches by 6¼ inches, which is the same size as the planner cover here, and when I trimmed down the edges to do the spine. So you can pretend this to be the cover if you want to do this for your on-the-go planner, or you can do a dashboard of any size that you choose. So first you want to take your laminator pouch and your paper, and you want to have the spine of the pouch on the top so it opens from the bottom like this, and you want to push your scrapbook paper all the way up to the spine here, trying to center it best you can this way, like this, and then make sure it flattens out all the way down. And then you want to fold up this to the top like this, and you want to give about a 1/8 of an inch gap on the bottom like this, because the laminator pouch will shrink once it goes through the heat laminator. So you can push this down with your finger, or my tip for you is use a ruler. Take a ruler when you fold this up, and when you get it where you want it to be, take your ruler, take your thumb, and push down on it and slide it across like this. And it'll give it a nice, crisp, clean crease for your fold, like this. Firmly hold it down and stretch it across like that. And the same thing, flip it over and do that to the other side as well, like that. Quick and easy. And it gives it a nice, clean fold like this. Alright. Now that you have that, what you want to do is measure the length from the end of your pocket to the end of the fold here. And right here it is about 3 1/8 inch. You want to multiply that number by 2, which gives it 6 1/4 inch, and then subtract 1/4 inch. So that'll give you 6 inches. And you want to mark off 6 inches from the bottom of the edge here up to right here. So at 6 inches, you want to place a little mark like that right there. Nothing too big, just visible. And same thing on the other side, 6 inches, and make a mark like that. So now you have marks on both sides. Now you want to place your ruler edge on both marks like that, and then you want to draw a line from the edge of the pouch up until the edge of the pattern paper plus 1/4 inch. So edge of the pouch up until the edge of the pattern paper plus 1/4 inch like that. And you want to do the same thing for the other side, and edge of the pouch up until the edge of the paper plus a 1/4 inch, like that. So you have 2 lines now, and now you want to measure each of the lines. So this line here is 1.5 inches, and you want to mark that length down below. So at 1.5 inches, make a mark. And same thing on this side. Measure the line. This is 1 7/8 inches, and you want to mark it on the bottom. At 1 7/8 inches, make a little mark like that. Now what you'll do is take your ruler, hit the edge to the end of the line here up until the mark you just made, and draw a line all the way down like this. And same thing on the other side. End of the line up until the mark you just made, and draw a straight line down like that. Now it looks kind of like a t-shirt here, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna start cutting. And when you cut this, you're gonna cut this section away here. I'll draw it out so it'll be easy to visualize. And you're gonna cut away these sections here. And you wanna cut just the top layer. The bottom layer is gonna stay intact. And when you make your cut, try to cut a little bit more onto this side as instead of cutting it directly on the line, so that way you won't leave any black markings. So you want to cut the line completely away to give a clean folder. So we'll just cut it all the way up to that corner like this. And same thing on here. Instead of cutting directly on the line, you want to cut it a little bit more this way. So you'll cut the line completely away. I think you can see it easier when I bring this up here. So you've cut the line completely away by cutting a little bit more than where the line is. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Again, be careful not to cut the bottom layer. You just want to cut the top layer. And make your cuts. Again, not on the line, but a little bit over. And same thing, cut a little bit more towards this way. Like that. And this is now trash. We'll toss this away. And now you have something like this. You want to open this back up, place this on top. So again, you have this little t-shirt pattern on top and your full intact sheet on the bottom. So again, you want to fold this back up and line it up best you can. And by now, your heat laminator should be fully heated. As you can see, the green light is on. Alright, and you're going to feed this through the pocket side first. So you flip it upside down like this, and then again, be really careful here and try to line everything up best you can. Line up the edges here and make sure the fold is still nice and crisp there. And as you do that, you hold this together. I suggest holding the corner here and the corner here of your folder, because that's where you really want it to stay intact. And carefully feed this through and make sure there's no bumps or bubbles, like everything is nice and flat. Alright, so insert this in again very carefully. And like that. And you'll feel the laminator start pulling at the page. So just let it pull. Don't pull on it, otherwise it will affect your page. As you can see, it will feed through to the other side, like this. So I am using a 3mm laminate. If you use a thicker pouch, then it will give you a lot sturdier finish. So this one here, I used a 7mm finish laminate, so it ends up being a lot more sturdier. Whereas the one that I had earlier in my life planner, this one is the 3mm, and it is a little bit flimsier, but the scrapbook paper, since there is 2 sheets in there, it makes it a little bit sturdier, but the corners, you can tell a difference. It is a little bit flimsy as you can see here, but it still works. Alright, so now that this is fed through, I like to feed mine twice. I like to flip it over completely, and I like to feed it through again, but make sure, again, to have the folder side first so it doesn't catch on itself. And carefully place this through and feed it through again. Again, just let the laminator do all the work. You really don't have to pull or push anything. You just have to be really careful when you initially insert it. So it'll go through on the other side like this. So like I said, one side is a pocket and the other side you can use it as a dashboard. You can put your sticky notes on there, you can put your post-it stamps on there. You can also put like a to-do list. What I like to do is use a double-sided tape and just tape them on to the back side. Makes it nice and easy. Alright, so this is almost done. And once it is completely done, you want to, it cools really fast. It doesn't take too long for it to cool. You want to trim this down to size. So we'll turn this off, set it aside. And then now you want to use your trimmer and trim off the excess. You want to make sure there's a little bit of material left on the side here. See, like this. So just line it up edge to edge right here where it's supposed to cut, and then shift it over just a tad so you still have a little bit of clear border like that, and cut it through so it gives you a cut like that. And same thing on the other side. Feed it through, line it up to the edge, and then just shift it over just a little bit and make your cut like that. And you get something like this. So now you have your pocket right here, and it's completely sealed shut, as you can see here. And you can further clean this up if you like using a corner punch like this one here. And you can clean up the corners here. This is optional. I just like having rounded corners, so I like to round these off like this. And then there's several ways you can insert this into your planner. You can use some coil clips from Erin Condren, or you can use one of these DIY Avery coil clips like this one. It's just a sheet. I did make a how-to video on how to make these, so feel free to check that out if you like. And you can place these on here like that, and you can put two on there and insert it into your planner. Or you can use a 1/8 inch hole punch, cut along the edge and then a snip on the sides to make your own removable dashboard. It's up to you. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.